Any GUS niggas, Ethiopian kings, we bring things. Ooh. Any GUS niggas, Ethiopian kings, we bring things. Them some lyrics I wrote back in 1994, maybe 1992. Yeah. Hey, yo. Get the Anchor app, y'all, so y'all can listen to your boy. For real. Y'all can get the raw, uncut news. Yeah. Get the Anchor app. For this episode, I'm going to say the hell with the preliminary shiznit. Big ups to Kevin Samuels. Man, I love what you're doing out here, dude. In spite of what the haters say about your personal life, you know, your works is outstanding. And what you are known for is outstanding. Big ups to my man Kevin Samuels. I, Yasha Ben-Yishrael, I am a dating advisor. I give dating advice. I'm a relationship specialist. Yeah. I teach people how to deal in their relationships. I am a marriage counselor. Yes, I am. I am a marriage counselor. All of my work is private, and I am compensated for it. Losing end of the compensation, because my advice is priceless. And whatever the amount that I receive is never equal in value to my words of wisdom. I was in a consultation last evening with one of my clients. And you know, women are always trying to get the edge on a man. They're always seeking for power. And if they ain't got the power, they're trying to get the power. And at that point, they don't have the power. And when they don't have the power, when they ain't got the power, they powerless. And when women don't have the power, they're always doing things to gauge the power. It is amazing to me that how in private consultation, probably the greatest bulk of questionings all has to do with women trying to gain the power. Now put on your seatbelts and your safety helmets, because this one is going to get juicy. Okay, here's the scenario. I have this one client, right? She's married. Been married probably about 15 years. They have a child together. And they both have been guilty of infidelity. They both know of each other being with other people after saying I do and before getting a divorce. Unlike other women, miraculously, this woman has vowed for better or for worse, through riches or poor, and through sickness and health. And because of the sake of her child, which is a young male, she recognized the importance, by her being fatherless, she recognized the importance of a young man having his father in his life. So therefore, she has become adamant about not leaving. She doesn't want to go, and the man doesn't want her to go. They have a family. The infidelity started after the first breakup. They were married. They probably stayed together about 7 years. You know, I always tell people that 7 year threshold, you know, that's right around somewhere between 5 and 7 years. You know, if you can make it past 7 years, you can do real good. Because after 7 years of being together, usually the woman starts to act up, or the man starts to act up, and the relationship begins to take its course in another direction. That being the case, for whatever reason they broke up, neither one of them has known of any history of either one of them cheating or being with other people. You know, they breaks up, and during the breakup is where they experience a separation. Is where they experience other sexual partners. So they are broken up for maybe about a year or two, and for whatever reason they decide that, hey, this shit is crazy. I miss you. I want to be with you. We had a family. Look what we had. Look what we got. We got a son. This, that, a third. Blah. They explain. Boom, boom, boom. And they patches things back up. Move together. They live together. They be together. Now, in consultation, the woman swears to me that she has not had a sexual encounter with any other man other than her husband since they patched things up. But she is not certain that is the case because she believes that and has evidence that the man, after getting back with the wife, has still been having some type of connection with the woman that he was with while they were broken up. And how she got wind of this is her doing like women do. They go exploring and shit. You know, she just happens to, one night while her husband was asleep, go into his phone. And she saw some text messages between her husband and the other woman. And what has happened was that the wife worked midnights. So when the wife would work midnights, that would be his time to go. While she's working midnights, that would be his time to go and be with his woman. And this happened for years because she worked midnights for like 10, 15 years. So at night, he would go be with other women. Something happened during the COVID-19 epidemic. She gets sick. I heard go to doctors. Doctors swear she has the flu. It wasn't COVID. I believe it was COVID. She believed it was COVID. But they say it's the flu. She go through about a 2-week sickness period, all the COVID symptoms, but she says she's still able to eat and didn't have the metal taste and all of that kind of shit and was still able to smell. So she may have had the flu. In that event, she ended up not going back to work. She was tired of her job, and she quit. And at that moment, she noticed a great change in her husband's attitude, because after a couple of months of her being off of work, she noticed a lot of midnight activity with his phone. So one day she just ups and goes while he's sleeping, look at the phone and see that he still has a connection with this lady. And what has happened is that the lady has become frustrated because she's not able to see and be with him, because wifey no longer works midnights anymore. And the lady has gotten frustrated, and the wife has got a hold to it. So now the wife gets the lady's number, and she calls the lady, and the whole fucking thing explodes. Now, the man that she was with was a better lover. Most of the men that she was with were better sexual lovers than the man whom she said I do to. They were more freaky. They was able to go in there and pull that hoism up out of her. You know what I'm saying? It was, she was able to really let her hair down with these men. She was never able to do that, and never felt that type of freedom and sexual liberty with her husband. Now here's where the shit gets crazy. Somewhere in between that time of them getting back together and today, which has been maybe about a year or two, closer towards 2 years, and probably just about right about at 2 years, her husband becomes impotent. He has erectile dysfunction, and he was diagnosed with this because he had bad health, diabetes, high blood pressure, all kinds of shit or whatever. So now she's not able to have no kind of sex. And she swears that she's been sexless for probably the majority of those 2 years, and she's getting very, very frustrated. But yet and still, she still sees that her husband, who is erectile dysfunction, has love, feelings for this woman. And for whatever reason that this woman still has a connection to him, which is really none other than the competition of trying to take him from his wife, because he can't have sex, so really he is of no value to her. She really wants to take your husband. It's a ego boost. You know, women are filled with vanity and have very, very, very huge, swollen, super inflated egos, and are as addicted to an ego boost as a crackhead is to crack. So that's the scenario. That's the scenario. Now, the young lady asked me a question. And it has to do with oral sex. She asked me if a man is sleeping with 3, 4, maybe 5 women, and they all have having good sex with him, and they all giving him head or whatever, which one is the man going to gravitate to? Which woman is going to be the woman to get this man's attention? Now, asking me this in a situation where she tried to be back with her husband tells me that she got her eyesight on an alpha male and she's trying to figure out how to get his attention. Which one will he gravitate to? I say, young lady, trying to figure out a man is a very, very hard task because you have different classes of men. You have alpha males, beta males, sigma males, omega males. You got all kinds of classifications of men. When a man is sleeping with 3, 4, 5 women simultaneously, that man dealing with females is operating in his alpha male capacity. And you best believe it. In that type of male that is operating in his alpha male capacity, there is no emotional connection between that man's phallus, his mind, and the women who he is encountering. And I say that to say this. Of any of them, even the one that he may like the most, if she decides to up and leave, if she decides to buck up out of the stable, and if she decides to get out of rotation, it really, really wouldn't matter to him because he got other women. And it's really not a great big deal to him. So none of them, he's not in love with none of them. He's operating in his alpha capacity. See, a woman is always trying to figure out how to get one up on a man. How to get the power and the complete attention of men. They want to be the center of his attention. Being that this lady is a woman, and women are always passing the Hoe Code around in the Gynocracy, women have told her, and she have used the scientific method over and over and over again to test what women have told her and to see was it true. And this rule in the Hoe Code that was passed down to her was that in having oral sex with a man is a way for a woman to grab, take, and ascertain the power. So quite naturally, in her mind, she would think that the woman who is giving him the best head is the one that's going to get the most attention. And by giving him the best head, she can ascertain the power in that relationship between her and that man. That's how she thinks. And being that women are solipsistic and subjective, meaning what I'm trying to say is that being that women can't see and think outside of themselves, the way that they see things, how they feel about things, They think that is how it is for the world. They think the world operates really, really like that. See, because the man who is most sexually dominant to a woman is going to be the man that is the centrifugal focus of her attention. I repeat that. The man who is the most sexually dominant to a woman, one that can have her to sexually submit herself to the essence of her sexual femininity. Yeah, to the man that can bring the hoe up out of her. That is the man who or she is going to submit to. Being that women feels like this and thinks like this, you see, men don't think like women. Giving a man that great sex certainly will put and keep you in rotation. It'll surely keep you in the stable. You surely will get his attention. But we don't think like women. What is the object of that man's attention is the object of that man's, not woman's, is the object of that man's desire. What a woman don't understand is that, unlike a woman, a man, there's some things that could trump good sex. Okay? A man who's operating in his alpha male capacity, good sex ain't shit to him. It's nothing. He have that all the time with a whole bunch of different motherfucking people. He have the best sex all the time. And a lot of the times it ain't with you. A lot of the times it is. Your good head, your good sex. It certainly keeps you in rotation, ma. Thank you. I had to tell this young lady. You see, there are things that are the object of that man's desire. The woman who is more closest to the object of his desire is the one that is going to get his attention. Yes, sex gets your attention, but it don't. A man know how to put that in its place. It's called the rotation. I need a couple of y'all. It's about what is the object of his desire. You see, because let's say, for instance, a man had a young lady who maybe was about a 6 or a 7 on a physical scale, and her sex was a straight up 10. Man, that can get a man's attention. And it can put you definitely in rotation. But that won't make you the object of his desire, his complete desire. It'll make you the object of his desire while y'all doing it. But it won't make you the complete object of his desire. You dig? Let's say if a man had a woman on the physical scale, looks, body, 8 or 9, she more than likely will become the object of that man's desire and get the most attention. But what a lot of people, women fail to realize is that those type of women, as pretty as they are not necessarily the most sexiest and freakiest in bed. And it has a lot to do with that type of woman's broad range of options. This woman, that type of woman, can get any type of man that she desires because they're beautiful, nice face, nice body, look good. They could get almost any man of the choosing from A to Z. And a lot of times they have had that. And they don't have to do a whole bunch of much or nothing because they are the objects of men's desire, physical beauty. They don't have to do much, and it's the men that do all of the work in trying to be the center of their attention. Whereas opposed to that 6 or 7, she's not getting the kind and not even able to get the kind of attention that 8, 9, and 10 is privy to. Therefore, she knows that she has to use sex to get men's attention. This is why the more ugly girls and the more fat girls are very, 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 very good in bed. You understand? Very good in bed. So the woman trying to get one up on the man again and trying to get power, she asked me, what if that one that is super, super beautiful is a 9, 10, and she's good in bed? I say, sister, here's the answer to that question. It all depends on the type of man that man is. If he's an alpha or a beta male, all the other males really don't even matter because they are somewhere a conflation of both of those two men. You know, they have a certain degree, more or less, you know what I'm saying, of both of those two, and that's what those other categories or classifications of man consist of. But if you have a beta male, she's good in bed, great in bed, and she looks good, then she will become quite naturally the object of that man's desire. Now here's the caveat. 90% of all the males that you see, if you was to put them on the alpha and beta scale, are beta males. So ladies, you don't have much to worry about. That is generally the case. But God forbid if she comes across that alpha male. Oh my goodness. Woo! Because if she comes across that alpha male, she looks good, she's a 9, sex is great. She goes right back into the motherfucking rotation. Nothing more, nothing less. Because I'm going to tell you why. She just another motherfucking woman. And he have many of those. And if she leaves, there's another that will replace her. Yeah, there is a replacement. The alpha male has a very strict replacement policy. He has an erasement and replacement policy. I'll get to that a little later. No, I'll deal with that now. You see, his replacement policy is very constitutional to his masculinity. And I'm going to tell you why. Because she is a 9, physically and in the bedroom. And she is attracted to him. Okay? She is connected to him. And as long as she is connected to him, the more he is seen in the public with her, she is going to attract women that are on her level, slightly beneath or above her. Yeah. She gonna make all other bad bitches want to fuck. Okay? Yeah. Which is the reason why Beyonce made that song Upgrade You. You know, a bad motherfucking woman, physically and sexually, feels that she has the power to upgrade a man just by being there. And how she upgrades them is by making the object of her desire the object of other bad bitches' desire. Which gives power to the replacement policy. She could easily be replaced. And being that dynamic is of the policy is so powerful and so real that it set forth another policy called the erasement policy, which means that once you jump ship or bounce up or fly up or just disappear, you can be erased from his memory because he is the alpha male. See, to an alpha male, myself, let me tell you about me and my alpha. All of that old Hoe Codes, Gynocentric rule shit, that shit don't work on an alpha male, a nigga like me. Because all that shit your grandma taught the women of her day, that passed that shit down to the women of your mother day, that passed that shit down to the women of your day, who is passing that shit around constantly to you, and you passing that shit along to the women of your day, which are going to pass it down to the women of your daughter's day. Y'all just going to perpetuate that silly ass way of thinking. But give me some good ass head. You know what else you can give it to me? Yeah. You know, thank you. You know, surely after you done, you know, surely after she's done performing her magic, you know, magic stick style, I'm gonna put the tool back in the toolbox, you know, sit there for a minute and shit, and be like, Ma, shit, I'm about to get ready to bounce up. Shit, so what you about to do? You know what I'm saying? You know. And I'm out. Peace. And that's where I'm at with it. You did? You see? Because a fine woman sexually, physically, and that, sexually, she just goes back into rotation because she's just basically just another woman to an alpha male. Now, if you want to get almost any male to submit to you, not to submit to you, but if you want to gain your power as a woman, if you want to ascertain and hold your space and your power in your space of a man, best way to do that is for you to submit to your femininity as a woman and not submit to your feminism as a woman. Because a submissive woman that is submissive to her own femininity just quite naturally makes the most masculine man melt. A very, 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 very feminine woman. Because a feminine woman knows her place with masculinity. And she's femininity molds to and around masculinity. So if the woman is pretty, if she's not that pretty, the best way to get the attention of a man is to submit to the masculinity of that man, to treat that man like a man, to honor his manhood. You dig? To honor it, to respect it. You see? That's the best way for any woman to get the attention of a man. Why? Because most men are not used to that. And when they get it, that is what turns a man out. That's how you wonder why that badass man, how Denzel Washington's wife is what we consider not that appealing. You know what I'm saying? As to other women that he could have chosen to be with. You see? That being it, Yasha Ben-Yishrael, just showing y'all how my counseling works. See, because what this did, by me knowing that this woman was married, was if she was thinking, this will let her know that all of the freaky shit that you're trying to do to get the attention of men outside your relationship won't really do nothing but put you in the whole zone, in the rotation, in the stable of a real ass man. You already married, so the nigga, any man to deal with you know not to even take you fucking serious. You just nothing but cuckoo. You dig? And there was a counseling designed to get this woman to understand, to be submissive to the man that you got. Respect the man that you got. And honor his manhood. And you submit to that man. And you try to figure out, learn, should be trying to ask questions on what do I mean by that and how can that be ascertained by you as a woman. That being said, I'm going to conclude the show. My next dating advice, relationship specialisms, marriage counseling words, there will be lessons. There will be lessons on how to teach a woman how to submit to a man's masculinity, how to honor and to respect and to submit to masculinity and manhood. Because that does not mean being a slave. It just actually means just quit trying to be a motherfucking man and be a woman. That is the woman that wins with a man every time. That being stated, this is Yasha Ben-Yishrael. This concludes this segment of the Yasha Ben-Yishrael Terry Whitfield podcast show. The things where I talk about things they don't want you to know, things they don't want you to know. Things they don't want you to know. Things that people don't want to talk about. Things that people don't want to talk about. Things that people don't know to talk about. They don't know to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it. That being it, shalom. Building black relationships and relationships all across the planet Earth. Strengthening the functioning of the family unit. No more breakups, y'all. Be in it to win it.